Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, it's VX. So today we're going to talk about a phone which was released on January 4th. It's the Samsung S21 5G. So to some people, 5G actually means fan edition, which is actually an edition made by Samsung for no reason. So we're gonna start off with the body. It is 177 grams, Gorilla Glass Victus, plastic back and aluminum frame. It's a dual SIM with nano SIM and dual SIM standby. It also has an IP68 dust and water resistant 1.5 meters to 30 minutes. So now we're gonna talk about the display. So it has a dynamic AMOLED 2X display and 120Hz with HDR10 Plus. It's a 6.4-inch display with the resolution being 1080p and 411 pixels per inch, which means it's kind of bright. You can't see it really bright, but it's not really dark. It's an average level. And do not worry, this has an always-on display and a cornering Gorilla Glass Victus. So we're gonna talk about the OS, the chipset and the GPU. So it's an Android 12 One UI 4 and the chipset is Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 5G, which is actually better than the last gen Samsung S20 FE 5G. If you want to see me comparing the Samsung S21 5G and the Samsung S20 5G, subscribe to my channel, the video is coming up. And unlike other companies, Samsung actually sells two versions of each phone. That is one of Qualcomm Snapdragon and another one being the Exynos chipset. Now I'll say the Qualcomm Snapdragon is the better one. So if your country allows this Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset, you can buy that. So if your country allows the Exynos chipset, then you might have to buy that. I can't say that Exynos chipset is bad, but it's not better than the Snapdragon chipset. If you're planning to buy a Samsung phone, always check for the platform, and if it's for the Snapdragon, you can buy it. And if the Exynos, trust me, it's not like what you've seen in the YouTube videos. It's really different. Even the camera quality decreases if you're using an Exynos chipset. So the GPU also has two versions. The first one being the Adreno 660 and the second one, I don't remember. As every smartphones now in the market, there is no card slot in it, which means you can't actually put an SD card in this phone. It doesn't have as much as storage options the latest phones have right now. It has three storage options, being the 128GB 6GB of RAM, 128GB and 8GB of RAM, and 256GB 8GB of RAM. So now let's talk about the camera. In the rear camera, it has a 12 megapixel wide camera and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera and an 8 megapixel telephoto camera. And the video quality of this phone is my favorite thing. It has a 4K video quality with 30 to 60 FPS, a 1080p 30 FPS to 240 FPS, and 720p at 960 FPS, and HDR10 plus the recording. But 8K isn't actually useful nowadays because there's rarely anyone have an 8K monitor or a TV to watch or play the movie or whatever it is. The most confusing part is I don't know why they still have 720p FPS at 960 frames per second. Who records on 720p? Let me know in the comment if you still do it. Like other phones, it doesn't have an 3.5mm audio jack. It doesn't have an audio jack at all. So it has a 4500 mAh capacity with a 25 watts wireless charging, 30% in 15 minutes. It also have a reverse wireless charging, which is the best part in every Android phones you have. You can actually buy this latest phone and flip it up and you can charge any other phones as opposed to wireless charging. For example, you own a Samsung S21 FE 5G and you can actually take this phone, flip it backwards and charge your iPhone or Samsung, whatever phone you use. You can charge it without buying an actual wireless charger. And I don't know if I've mentioned this, but it has 117 grams. For some perspective, it's actually 3 times lighter than the iPhone 13 Pro. So guys, that's all for this video, and if you guys want me to compare this phone to another one or review another phone, please make sure you comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.